Hello. The website that we're going to be looking at today is called Scratch. So Scratch is a coding website where you can make interactive animations, stories, and games. You can either just create on your own or you can watch tutorials on what to do. So I'm going to press create and we're going to see all the different things that we can do. Now, in class, we did look at Tinker, which is another coding website that is pretty similar to this one. You do have to have a starting block, and then you can add on to that. So if I wanted to say hello, I press this little green flag, and it'll do that. And there's tons of ways to customize your project. You can add sprites, which are your characters, different backdrops, different sounds. If you change the costume here, you can make it walk. So there's lots of different things that you can do. Once you're completed with your project, you can press See Project Page. And this takes you to kind of the finished page of what your project looks like. If you want to see all your projects, you can go into your account here and press My Stuff. And your projects will all show up here. So we're going to look at this one that I made earlier. And right here you can see that you can add instructions and notes and credits. And if I did share this, which it's not shared now, but if I click share, others would be able to see and interact with the project and comment on it and add hearts, stars, all this stuff. So let's take a look at this project. You can see it playing there. If I press see inside, you can see all the different scripts and codes that I have for this project, for all the different characters and the backgrounds. And you can hear the pop sound that I have in every time that there's a transition between stages. I added that. And if you go over here, this is where that sound is. And yeah, okay. So let's go over back to the front page and let's talk about privacy information. So the Scratch website, if you go all the way down on the home page, under legal, you can press privacy policy, and that'll bring you to the Scratch's website's privacy information and what they say about the website. So they do state that Scratch is for children and adults of all ages, but if you are under the age of 16, you do need a parent or guardian's email address. And when you make a username, the username cannot be the same as your first name. And they do that because you are sharing your projects to other people, and they don't want your first name to be seen by other people. You do also have to put your country that you live in when you sign up, and so others can also see that when they look at your project. So we have talked a lot in class about how coding can be really helpful in the classroom and be really helpful to promoting a growth mindset for students. So if I go to the About section here, there is actually a lot of information about why we use Scratch and why coding is really important. There's even a tab here for Scratch in schools where you can go to the Scratch Ed website and find a lot of resources that you can use in the classroom for implementing this website. Something that I think is really important to note here is this little piece of information here. It says that Scratch helps young people learn to think creatively, reason systematically, and work collaboratively, and it's essential skills for life in the 21st century. This stood out to me because in class we're talking a lot about 21st century skills and why that is so important for students to learn. And so the fact that the website is bringing that up, I thought was really important and great. So next we're going to talk about the ISTE standards and how they connect with the Scratch website. So I have the standards up here, and we're going to be looking at a couple that I think really connect with the Scratch website. The first one is Empowered Learner. I think this one really connects with the Scratch website because students are creating and making active choices of what they are doing. They kind of have free range to click around and use the website and create something really new. And the website's really easy to use, and I think it's a very good website for kids to be very hands-on with. Another standard that I picked is Innovative Designer. This is a really big one for the Scratch website because the whole website is really kids creating and making something all new and their own and designing and using their imagination to create. So I think that's a really big one for the Scratch website. And yeah, that is my presentation on the Scratch website.